Thank you, Emmanuel, and good afternoon. I had strict requirements by Tanya to be relevant and enlightening for this session, so I will try to be as enlightening as possible. I'm going to introduce you to the EuroGEO initiative, if you are not familiar with it. It's a coordination initiative, essentially, and I'll try to make it relevant for you as much as possible. So one word of context. This initiative is a regional initiative, federating European efforts to inside a framework that is larger called the Group on Earth Observation, which is an international initiative with 116 countries and 151 participating organizations to this initiative. If you look back in history, this initiative started with the willingness to create the global Earth observation system of systems. So essentially, at its origin, it was mostly scientific, and the idea was to put together data and services that would be available for the greater good. That was the core of the initiative, and the idea was also to create a data infrastructure to do that. But over the years, and due to the realities of our world, the initiative has shifted slightly, and now in the post-25 program that is being discussed with member states, there is the willingness to go towards Earth observation intelligence, providing Earth observation services to citizens. And there, with this shift in priorities, what you can understand is that there is a shift progressively in membership with a progressive integration of the private sector and in the industry. And that's why I'm here today as well. We are trying to also have a better reflection of the industry in our EuroGEO initiative. So we need to understand how this initiative works. It works with a very small direct funding to a GEO secretariat, but it works a lot with in-kind contribution and pledges from participating organizations. So the European Commission, member states, and participating organizations are all contributing to different various GEO activities. You can understand that coming from Europe, those various activities have synergies, interlinkages, and therefore it's not entirely relevant that those activities would remain direct to the different activities. There is a need to look into coordination and synergies around this organization. And this was formulated within GEO with the wish to create regional GEO. So EuroGEO is one of these regional GEO. It was the last to be created. And the purpose of EuroGEO originally was to coordinate those different contributions that are made to this vast organization that is GEO. The idea also is not only to coordinate those contributions, but to create synergies and added value from the fact that we can work together in this, under this umbrella and create value out of our interactions. So this slide is a mix. We use it to show it's a mix of expectation and achievements in reality. So this slide is showing basically the willingness to have this integration, but also some work that has been done in order to stimulate the creation of Earth observation services inside this initiative. In particular, in the previous activities, one of the projects was eShape. Maybe you have heard of it. There were 37 pilots being developed and contributed in kind. I mentioned in kind contribution under the GEO initiative. But what we see for the next period is that there is a need to redefine the objective of this initiative, to realign our expectation for this initiative, and to work for this initiative on what we are going to do post-2025. So the purpose of the project that I'm representing today is to support this initiative in this transition towards a sustainable initiative under GEO as EuroGEO. So we have a project that is supporting this initiative, and there are two main components in this project. One is in red, it's about coordination, and this is where we have put focus for the moment. We've started in December only, but this is where we have put focus for the moment. And coordination is to reestablish the liaison between this initiative and different stakeholder groups, and to strengthen this relationship for the first period of of the project. So for the industry and trusted entity, this is coordinated by ASK. ASK is the proxy towards the industry. And for untrusted entities also, we propose to create an advisory board to the initiative. I'll come back to that, in order to be able to have a better contribution of the Copernicus efforts in GEO and in EuroGEO as support to this initiative. In addition to that, the idea of the initiative is to coordinate with projects that are funded by the European Union and contributed to GEO, and also mobilizing infrastructures, and this is done by OGC. In yellow, there is a full piece of the activity about research and innovation impact. I'm going to come back to that. It's an important part of this presentation for today. Under this initiative, what is very, very important is who is driving this initiative. So we are coordinated by the Research Executive Agency, RIA, DG RTD, but also the Joint Research Center, and DG DEFIS. It's very important to us because for the first time in this initiative, through GRC, there is a link to the other policy DGs in the European Commission. And one of the objectives that you saw is to be relevant for the implementation of European policies. So it's a crossing between the GEO priorities and the European priorities. So this is what GRC is also bringing, in addition to many other things, to the table. And DG DEFIS is involved in the management of this initiative, and it's helping to make the link to the Copernicus activities that are already supporting GEO, but it's not entirely visible in the GEO activities, what is happening there, and we would like to have Copernicus much better integrated to this initiative. We conducted a survey for the different stakeholder group, and we had a good response from the industry. So we had 90 responses, and 1/3 from the industry. We could say it was a good participation from the industry. We could also say that we had only 90 responses, and we should have hundreds of responses. And also, when we look at the feedback from the industry, it looks very positive. It's about coordination, enlarging network, business jump, coordination with international cooperation. So very interesting. However, this is something that can be done directly by ASK already. This does not justify to have a EuroGEO Secretariat or a EuroGEO initiative. And this, what the survey tells me is, on the contrary, that the initiative is not harvesting the full potential of what it is capable to do, and it is not yet understood and communicated in a proper manner. Instead of looking at the initiative as networking activity, we could also think that in Europe there could be a gap in supporting research and innovation and go-to-market activities. We could also federate the efforts that are being done in Europe and very successful, but are supporting maybe small activities, small startups and incubators, and maybe there could be a gap in supporting medium-sized companies that are looking to expand their market with new diversification of service in new market segments. And maybe there is a gap that we could fill. And the purpose of this initiative, so in red on the chart that I showed, is a coordination between Event Flow and ASK on research and innovation activity and go-to-market activity. The purpose of what we want to do for the next 2 years is to demonstrate that this initiative and this to-be secretariat, if it ever exists, but this initiative could demonstrate value in coordinating what is out there in the European landscape, and maybe bridge some gaps on research innovation and go-to-market. All right, in terms of engagement with us. So for now, the initiative, as I said, is so we are developing the concept of a secretariat. The initiative is, as it is now, it's a group coordinated by the European Commission, a linkage with member states through a high-level working group, and also action groups that have been established some years ago. What we are going to do is to revive the action group, expand the membership of this action group, and move towards better integration with European priorities and with GEO. The way you can engage as industry is through ERSC. This is the primary proxy for engagement of the industry. I also promote this survey because we left it open. As I said, we don't have enough diversity of responses in this survey, and we have, of course, an email. But the main tool that we have, the main instrument that we have to engage with the community is the EuroGEO workshop. It's an annual workshop that has been established years ago, and what we are trying to do is to turn it into an actual workshop. We are going to release over the 3 days in this workshop 45 man months, and those 45 man months that are essentially financed by industry, European Commission, member state, everybody that will go there, those 45 man months should help to define how to mobilize the European asset, the industry and the expertise in Europe in a coordinated manner so that we can prepare for the new era of EuroGEO. Thank you very much.